Hi folks, this is Glenn B from bullseyesboomers.blogspot.com. What you see in front of you is my Ruger Mark II semi-automatic pistol. It's unloaded. I want to show you that. There's nothing here in the magazine well, no source of ammo. There's no ammunition here in the chamber. I put my finger in there. I can actually feel the opening at the breech end of the bore. There is no ammunition. There's no loose ammunition rolling around in there either. This gun is unloaded. It's important to know because I'll show you how to disassemble it for cleaning, and in order to show you how to disassemble it for cleaning, I have to activate the trigger at least 3 or 4 times in disassembly and reassembly in total. So it's very important to make sure that it's not loaded. I have no magazines on the table, no ammunition on the table, none anywhere near me in the room. As a matter of fact, this is an ammo can back here, but it's got cleaning equipment in it, not ammunition. The very next thing that I have to do with this pistol is I have to make sure that the safety is in the fire position, which is down. Up for safe. You can see an S in here. I don't know if you can see that, but I can. It's not colored. It's just black stamped in the middle, and here I can see an F. It says that's for fire. So they want it in the off position or the down position. Pull a slide back, let it go forward, pointing the gun in a safe direction, which I know I am at a cinder block or actually at a concrete foundation. I'm going to pull the trigger. You have to do that in order to disassemble this firearm properly. The next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to insert an object. They say use a blunt, how do they put it? A blunt pointed object, such as a paper clip, into the oval recess. That would be this recess here. Okay. That's in the mainspring housing. The mainspring housing is this piece inside the grooves here in the metal, okay, and the cuts in the metal. That piece here in the backstrap is the mainspring housing. And you want to pull out this latch. This is the housing latch. So I'm going to try it with this. Hopefully I'll be able to get it out. There we go, without too much effort. Sometimes that's pretty difficult to get out, especially on new pistols. It just basically, once you start pulling it out, it just continues to come out like that. Once that's out, you can pull out the mainspring housing. There's the mainspring housing, and the next thing, you can just pull it straight down to pull it out of the gun. I would pull straight down like this, and what that's doing is pulling out the bolt stop pin. The bolt stop pin goes into a hole inside the frame at the bottom here, goes up through the frame and up through the back of the receiver, and that's it right at the bottom of the pick there. That's it sticking out the top of the receiver right here. And on a new pistol, you may not be able to pull it down. It may really be very difficult to get down. So what I'm going to do, we'll say that this is a new pistol, can't get it out. What you would do is you take a mallet and you're going to hit the tip of it, and you're going to hit it 2 or 3 times until it comes out, and then you'll be able to pull the mainspring housing out. The kind of hammer you want to use a hammer with nylon heads, plastic heads, or a wooden mallet. You do not want to use any metal kind of hammer, especially steel. I would not use steel, iron, or brass. Too much of a chance of harming the gun. Again, I'm going to tap that pin. Notice I have the mainspring housing already rotated out, and my thumb is under it just a little bit. It's only going to come down a little bit. I tapped it a couple of times like that. I pull down, pulling straight down, and the mainspring housing. You have to jiggle it a little bit. The mainspring housing comes out. There it is there. This is the mainspring housing. That's the latch to open it. And this is the bolt stop pin right here. That's what we just hit with the mallet. Okay, the next step, once we get that out, is to point the muzzle up, so Ruger says, and the bolt will drop out of the receiver, or it can readily be removed. The next stop for me is I grab it with my thumb and forefinger and I hold it. I point it up and I pull it out. I don't want it falling out. I don't want any chance that the recoil spring and recoil spring guide rod assembly is going to come popping out. So I just hold it and pull it out. The next step that they tell you that you should do is that you can hold this in this position like this. Okay, with the bolt stop up. They're telling you to put the bolt stop up. I don't see any piece that's labeled as bolt stop to hold it up, but what you're going to do, you can hold it at an angle like this. It really doesn't matter. You're going to tap the back of the receiver with your hammer. Again, do not use a steel hammer or any kind of metal hammer. Use one with a nylon hammer head, a plastic hammer head, or a wooden mallet. You're going to give it a couple of good taps, and while you do so, What you're trying to do is you're trying to separate the barrel and the receiver from the frame. You don't want them to go flying apart and drop pieces, so I wrap my hand around it like this and a little firm pressure to hold on to it when they separate. Also, you see, it's not allowing, because it's in my webbing of my thumb here, I'm not allowing the frame to go forward, only the barrel and receiver assembly go forward. They come apart like that. Except for one further step, this is as far as Ruger recommends going. I don't even know if Ruger recommends taking this out, but I take it out regardless to clean it. The recoil spring and guide rod assembly, I grab hold of the back of the recoil spring guide rod with my thumb, and I just push it forward toward the front of the bolt a little bit and allow it to come up while maintaining the pressure, and then gently ease off the pressure. And that made that part come loose in the back like this. You can see that's loose like that. It's still held in place in the front. I grab the spring as far forward as I can go and I pull up, and this clip or piece of cut metal here comes out of the bolt. There's a groove in the bolt that's been cut into it in the top of the bolt. You can also tell the top of the bolt by the single groove running the length of it. Bottom of the bolt has two grooves, one on each side, and a piece of milled metal still there in the center. And that's it for taking this pistol apart. That's as far as Ruger suggests that you go. They don't recommend going any further than that. And it's ready for cleaning. After that, it's ready for reassembly. Thanks, folks. Have a good one. This is Glenn B. from ballseyesboomers.blogspot.com signing off.